Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, cuzzos. We back with another one. Y'all know today's Sunday, so I don't live stream on Sundays, but still a W man's because I'm gonna make sure I still get out all the necessary information needed so we can try to find the best gems, with the best value in the best spots today for homers. And again, I can't stress enough, if we talking about homers, that go for anything under a homer. If you like them for a homer, you like them for total bases, you like them for hit run RBIs, you like them for RBI, etc. Right. So before we get it started, make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications on for future videos, because every live stream during the week, as soon as the live stream is over, I bring them over to YouTube and upload them for anybody who may have missed anything or just want to go back and reiterate on something that they heard or think they heard. So let's get that out the way first. Let's make sure we get these likes. Keep liking, keep liking. I can't stress that enough. Get us in that YouTube algorithm so that more people can see these videos, and who knows who it may help. Shout out to everybody who always tagging me daily, the whole Cuzzo community, for wins or what you may have picked up on, or even when you're doing your own research just from seeing previous streams. That's what it's all about with me, is just trying to help the community in ways I can with the information that I have that most don't have. The site I'm using, all promo codes, everything I'm affiliated with is in the description. So keep that in mind, including my Twitch where I go live at during the week. All right, so let's get this going. Let me get me off the screen so we can have some room so we can see everything. And let's get into this slate. All right, so let's see, how many games do we got? Ballpark weather. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So a full slate. All 30 teams playing again. So let's get into this slate. So first we got Giants at Blue Jays. Now, when you look at it, it don't look like it may be a good game far as like lower weather. 70 degrees is okay, but it could be higher and winds coming in. But the roof is closed, so none of this matter. We got Robbie Ray, who's given up 13 homers on the year, 2 to lefties, 11 to righties, where it looks like that's his weakness. He's giving up a homer a game to righties, 9% barrel, higher hard hit percentage, 33% fly ball, and more fly balls result into home runs from right-handed hitters for Robbie Ray. Jose Barrios, 15 homers, 5 to lefties, 10 to righties. He giving up almost a homer to lefties and damn near 2 homers to righties, where he's giving up a 14% barrel, which is good. Like I tell you, I'm always looking at pitchers who giving up a minimum of 10% barrel to a certain hand. That's the hand I'm usually trying to target. A higher hard hit percentage, that's where more fly balls come from, and more fly balls result in the home runs as well. So let's get into these batters. Start from the top here. All right, so let's see if we have any dominant pitches. Yes, he does. A 4 seam before you even get to the next pitch was at 20%. So you definitely want to look and see from here, last 5-10 with all the pitches. But you also, it's essential to look at that solo pitch by itself, that they're going to see a whole lot today. And you can see how everything ramped up as far as for Bo. 98 exit velo average with a 20% barrel last 5. 97 with a 20% barrel last 10. You can look here, you see some bright green, some hard hit baseballs, some green angles, some far distance. So that all works out. He holding that 30% fly ball with a 60% hard hit last 10. Last 5, his fly ball dropped a little bit with more line drives, but he's still keeping that consistent 95 mile an hour or more exit velocity at 60%. What is this, a lefty? So you can see versus lefties. Let's see, Bo, 256, a 407, and a 151 with 3 homers this year. 10 at home, 400 slug with 5 during the day, 500 slug with 1 this month. He has a homer on a Sunday and 400 slug with 3 versus lefties, which we've seen right here as far as the lefties. All right, so I do like Bo as far as his metrics. Again, on the last 5, it dropped down 10%. But if you look at the bigger sample size, 10 at-bats versus a lefty throwing a 4 seam, he do have that 30% fly ball with the hard hit. And you're getting some great value at him, too, at plus 500 odds. Vlad. So we got Vlad here. This all righties. Okay, righties. 93-10, his last 10 at bats. Seeing a four-seam knuckle curve slider change up from a lefty. Last 5, higher exit velo, higher barrel. 40% fly ball, 60% hard hit. 30% fly ball, still 60% hard hit. So great StatCast, great metrics. Now let's see if it stays the same with the fly ball, with the four seam, solo. And it does. 101, 20% barrel. Last 5, 99-20. And he keeps the fly ball. Actually, more hard hits to that four seam. Keep that high fly ball percentage, 10% home run to fly ball, 80% hard hit. So 8 out of those 10 at bats, it's all 95 miles or higher, which you can see looking right here. So love Vlad. You can see over here, Vlad is batting very well. It's green across the board for the season against left-hand pitchers. 300 batting average, 500 slug, damn near a 200 ISO. So that's great numbers with a 423 OPB, on base percentage, at 410. So Vlad is in a great spot as well. You can see he was giving up 6 homers, Robbie Ray, to the four seam, and that's where against lefties, four seam, he got 2 homers. So like Vlad as well. Now this is this is another righty, okay. So let's see with the four seam alone. 50% fly ball, 30% hard hit, 10, 60%, 20% hard hit. The only issue is that he's not consistently hitting the ball 95 miles or higher, but he definitely have a fly ball percentage. 91-10. So he's at plus 800. So we're going to see what else we got first before I pull the trigger on that. Last 10 versus lefty. So just the first time in a while I seen George Springer look this bad. But he clearly don't see a lot of lefties. If you look over here too, George Springer, now he do got good slug and ISO against them. Now let's see against the four seam alone from lefties. Again, he got fly ball, a low hard hit percentage, and you can see it from here. You can look at the EVs right here. You only see 2 green, and those are like the lightest of, like the darkest of green. But you can see versus lefties, he have trouble with. No. Okay, these all righties. Okay, so I definitely gotta isolate the four seam. Last 10, last 5. He got fly ball, but it don't matter just because you hit a fly ball if you can't get the exit velocity to go with it to go far enough to be a homer. Barger, now he a lefty. Do he throw anything? Matter of fact, I keep forgetting I could just do this. He do the four seam. Another one. 20% fly, 40 hard hit. Last 5, last 10, lower fly ball percentage. So if you want to go anything, I would say total base route because Addison Barger being a lefty, he's not hitting these lefties particularly well. Luke's got to put that four seam alone as well. And that got even, he haven't seen it in a while. Let me see. Okay. Straw has been hitting the ball very well. If I ain't mistaken, I think he went yard yesterday. He's hitting lefties well. These last 5 at bats, you can see right here the launch angle and the distance there. If he would have hit both of those a little bit harder, those probably would have been home runs. StatCast, 60% fly ball, 40 hard hit. So that's good to see. Now let's see against the four seam if everything still aligns. He kept the barrel. The EV went a little lower last 10, 10%, 30% fly ball, 50 hard hit last 10. More fly balls, a higher hard hit percentage last 5. So this is definitely the long shot for this game that I like the most at plus 1,600. Those are crazy odds for him to be hitting lefties well and that four seam that he gonna see a whole lot today. At plus 1,600, that is crazy value. Will Wagner. He was in a good spot yesterday, but he didn't actually play. 30%, 10%, 30, 20, 20, 20. Now let's see if we eliminate the 20, 40, 30, 30, 40. See your metrics, 95, 10, 93, 0. I wish his more recent at-bats was higher. But I wouldn't be surprised if he go yesterday because we was on him yesterday. Today because we was on him yesterday and he didn't even play. But again, just like yesterday, I said, if you ever get the better hitters in good spots with good value, it's nothing to overthink. So between your Vlad at plus 410, we've seen that he got exceptional numbers against all three pitches and the four seam alone, which is even more important because he's going to see it 50% of the time today. Boba shit right behind him at plus 500. And then for your long shot, it's this Straw. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, that's where you want to be at, righties. Righties is where the most damage is done to Robbie Ray at, and all three are righties. So I would, if I had to put them in order, it's Vlad, then Bo, then your long shot is Miles Straw. Moving along to San Fran batters, going against Jose, a righty. Okay, so let's start from the top here. So first we got Ramos, crazy exit velocity. The only issue is his barrel. But that's where you have to come see, okay, fly ball last 10. So he's not hitting any fly ball. So this is all total bases, doubles, because he have the consistent hard hit. But I didn't even need to see this here because this is a high average. So you can see that sinker slurve, the sinker. So he don't even see the slurve. Okay, so yeah, so for Ramos, it would be more so total bases with me. Devers, a 101 exit velo. That's crazy. With a 10% barrel last 10, last 5, 105.20. So he's hitting the ball with more power, more quality contact in these more recent at-bats, facing a righty, pitching a four-seam sinker change slurve. Now the issue is we have no fly balls in these last 5 and 10% last 10. So this is another one where it's looking like it's a lot of total bases. Now, do he have a more dominant pitch? Everything in the 25% range. So yeah. Again, the power there, he has a good barrel. If you know, you know. When it come to me, when I see 0 fly ball percents, that really like will take me off of a player. But he is, let me see, for the season, 466 with a 220 ISO with a 400 OPB. So he have good numbers against them. So you can take your chances. They do got him at what, 350? But again, for the most part, it's the low fly ball for me. That low fly ball for me, for sure. Adames, we had him yesterday. He went yard yesterday. He actually hit 2 yesterday. So seeing that sinker slurve, okay, from a right-hand pitcher. Over here, you can see he's seeing the righties well with 10 homers. A 90-20, 79-10. Where's your 10% fly ball last 10, 20% last 5 with a 40 hard hit? Again, I don't know, but I know for sure for me, I need to see higher fly ball percents. Haven't seen Mike on my radar in a while. 40% fly ball, 10% hard hit, 10% home run to fly ball, 70 hard hit. 20-0-60. So he consistently hitting the ball hard. If you look at the last 10 sample size, 40% fly ball. Last 15, 27%. So you can see he can't hit for fly balls. Is there a dominant pitch to y'all? Nope. Mike, across the board green, so he's seeing them. He's seeing righties well. Okay, and this lineup is confirmed. So this is the order they're gonna be batting in. So Mike at plus 500. Let me see. Chapman. Man, I don't know what's going on with. Okay, I see what's going on. Chapman just got to get right since he came back from injury. He ain't been right at all. Wow. A 90-20 last 10. Last 5, a 94-40. Seeing a four-seam sinker change slurve. 60% fly, 20% home run per fly, which is great. 60% hard hit. Last 10, 40-10-40. This is great stats. This is a great metric. And he's at plus 800 on DraftKings. So I see we got us a long shot. 20% barrel for Wisely, 40-10-30 last 10, 40-20-40 last 5 with a 40% barrel. Now, I don't know why his eyes isn't up and he's in the confirmed lineup. But he might be a sneaky spot too, though. Oh, did I skip him? 20% barrel, 93 exit velo, 92-10, 40% fly, 40% hard hit last 10, 40% fly, 40% hard hit last 5 at plus 1,000. So both that I like the most is two long shots. Hooley and Dominic Smith are the two where it make the most sense for me, where their metrics and their stat cast go together. We getting high fly balls with high barrel percentages. You do got a couple that has the power like Devers. I like this with Devers. The only problem is like the only issue I have with Devers is this 0% fly ball. Now, can he change that today and get a fly ball, for the first time in a while? Sure. But going off of his recent history from right-hand pitchers pitching these pitches, I can't do nothing with a 0% fly ball at all. Now, if you do want to, one thing to note, going along with this that I just noticed, he do have 2 homers against Jose. So if that's something that will take you over the top as far as like looking past the 0 fly ball percent, because the metrics is amazing. A 105.40 is crazy. But if you willing to go past the 0% fly ball because of the history, I don't blame you. And you getting him at 350. But as far as for me, when it comes to value and seeing spots that make sense on metrics and StatCast, I gotta go with this Dominic Smith and this Hooley. Both of those got the actual velo, the barrel with the fly ball percent to go with it. Proven fly ball percent. I'm not hoping you get a fly ball today. It's been proven in your last 5-10 at bats to that hand pitcher pitching any of the pitches that he's pitching today. So that's completely up to you. But those are the 2 that I would say is the best spots based on value wise. Moving along, Orioles Rays. So we got 92 degrees wind going out. So everything about this game is home run targeting. From the park with them playing in this Muni League park to 90 degrees, which is crazy great for carry and winds going out. So that's good to know. We got Trevor Rogers, who's only given up 1 homer this season, and that's to a righty. He do give up hard hits. The thing is, he don't give up a lot of fly balls, at least, especially the lefties. Ground balls only the lefties. Against Ryan Pepiot, 18 homers, 6 to lefties, 12 to righties. He giving up a homer a game to lefties, 2 homers a game to righties. Damn near a 10% barrel, basically a 10% barrel to both hands, which is what we like. Hard hit balls, fly balls, and then fly balls do cause damage. A lot of fly balls result into home runs if you can get the fly balls. So that's good to know. So Ryan Pepiot look like a person you definitely want to target. All right, so Yandy Diaz, let's start here. All right, so last 5, 97 exit velo average with a 20% barrel. I mean, for the season, he got a 95-11 versus lefties. Last 10, 96-20. So he's consistently hitting left-hand pitchers throwing a 4-seam changeup and or a sinker very well. 40% fly ball, 10% home run per fly ball, 60% hard hit last 10. More fly balls his last 5, a higher home run per fly ball, still consistently hitting over 95 miles an hour. So Yandy is in a great spot today. Which he had 5 homers with a 427 slug and a 200 ISO at 430. Love Yandy. Oh, hold on. What I did want to see was this. Come in here and see if there's anything. And then let's see against the 4-seam alone. 96-20 last 10. Still got the consistency there. More fly balls. Hard hit is high. Home run per fly ball last 5. 80% fly ball rate in the last 5 from lefties who throw a 4-seam with a 20% home run to fly ball. So yeah, I'm glad I just thought about that. That make me like Yandy even more today. Caminero, 95-20 last 5. Last 10 is a 95-10%. That's against the 4-seam changeup and sinker. 50% fly ball, 20% home run to fly, 70% hard hit. 60% fly ball, 40% home run to fly ball, 60% hard hit. So his metrics, his stats, his fly balls, home run to fly ball, it all actually got better. And it's more recent at bats from lefties throwing these 3 pitches. Now, if we just look at this 4-seam, 20% home run to fly ball last 5, 20% home run to fly ball last 10. With the fly ball percent, 95-30 last 10, 97-20 last 5. Camanero's in a good spot at plus 355. So both the first two back, Yandy's in a great spot, Camanero's in a great spot. Brandon Lowe, he just coming back and then he got hurt again yesterday, so I don't really know what to do with that. Aranda, now the lefties, do you have a dominant pitch? Not really. I'll be looking for something like 40% or higher. So Aranda, clearly, you can even look right here. Even like I said, without even looking right here, if you just look right here in this area, you don't see too much bright green across the board. %, barrel, 95 exit velo, 0. All line drive. So that's definitely telling you total bases. Now this look crazy. This is what you be looking at when you're looking at individual logs. Last 10, 50% fly ball, 20% home run to fly ball, 80% hard hit. 4 out of every 5 baseballs he hit from a four-seam changeup sinker from a lefty is going to be 95 or higher off his bat. Period. Last 5, 60%, 20%. Every single one was a 95 mile per hour. 101 with a 60 for Danny Jansen. Last 10, 98, 30. These are crazy metrics. Now, okay, last 10, 93, 20, 96, 40. Still kept his fly ball, still kept his home run to fly ball ratio, still got the consistent hard hits on the four seam alone. Jansen is in a great spot at plus 560. Great spot. These metrics look crazy, especially with all the pitches. But the good thing is, even seeing the four seam alone is great. But this is crazy. 101 and a 60. And again, I kind of knew it was going to be like that just looking in this area. Jonathan Lowe, Simpson. I think he hurt. We looked at him yesterday, and I don't think he played. So, yeah. Yandy Diaz, Caminero, and Jansen. Now, if you want to decide from here, let me see. Let's see if we can look at versus lefties. Let me see. Jansen, 446, 246. 459, 224. 427, 198. Yandy, 12 homers at home. 7 during the day. Caminero, 16 homers at home. 9 during the day. 7 at home, 3 during. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm reading this. 2 during the day. So yeah, you got 3 options, and they're all righties, which is a good thing because if you look, Trevor Rogers has only given up 1 homer, and it's 2 a righty. So the good thing is that we do see righties. If you're just looking at this, last 15 at bats, exit velocity, EV, and their hard hit. This is just to lefties with no pitches included. All pitches are on the board just to that hand. You can see that Jansen is just seeing lefties very well his last 15 at-bats. 96, 27% barrel, 73% hard hit. So out of those 3, he got the most consistent hard hits to left-hand pitchers with no pitches taken out. So, yeah, you got Yandy at 430, Jansen at 560, and you got Caminero at 355. 3 righties who are in great spots today. Batting at home. Let's get to this Pepiats. All right, Holiday. 86, he got the barrel percent. Yeah, he consistently got the barrel. Anything's four seams isolated. Okay, so he throwing a 47% four seam. So you can see last 10, 96-30. Last 5, 94-40. 60% fly, 20% home run per fly, 40% hard hit last 5. 40, 10, 50 last 10. So against that four seam, that's good. That is why it's good to isolate pitches that they throw a lot. Because here, he didn't have the best exit velocity. He definitely had the barrel. And he's still holding the fly ball percent in the hard hit. 30, 10, 30. So he had it, but everything changed when you took off the changeup and cutter and focused on the pitch that he's going to see more often than not today. So Jackson Holiday at 550 for a lefty is good. And if you come down here, you can see whether you righty or lefties, though, but they got short For one, the park is little, but you can see like left field, far left, 318, far right, 314. So the shorter side is this right side, which will favor a lefty that's pulling to right field for like a Jackson Holiday. So you got Gunner. His metrics don't look the best against all three pitches, but again, let's see against the four seam alone. 10% fly, 0% fly, a lot of line drive. So I would go more total bases or double route with Gunner till he can consistently get the ball in the air. Ryan O'Hearn, 99-20 last 5, 96-10 last 10, 20% fly ball last 10, 20% fly ball his last 5. He got a consistent hard hits. Now let's see what changes with the four seam alone. So the fly balls went up, his home run, the fly ball went up, and his hard hit went up. The metrics, his power there, 98-10. So he might be in a sneaky spot as well. Ryan O'Hearn at 550. Gotta see what they look like against this four seam. 94-0 last 10, 93-0. Fly ball percent, consistent hard hits. 30% fly ball percent, consistent hard hits. So he got the consistent hard hits in the fly balls. And he kept it when he to the four seam. 95, 91. Fly ball percent, hard hit percent at 480. 40-40, 30-50, 96-10 his last 10 against the four seam alone. They got Jordan Westburg odds low as hell, but that's because of that left field side we were just talking about. 95, let's take off these other pitches. Okay, 98-10, 99-0, 40%, 100% hard hit, 30%, 10%, 70. These are great metrics. I mean, great StatCast with the power in the 10% barrel at 475. I like Cowser. So I like Cowser. It's all lefties I'm seeing I like so far. Holiday, O'Hearn, Cowser. Let's see. Tyler O'Neill. So yeah, it seemed like all lefties. Laureano is right in there. You can see he got some bright green going. He got this 94-0. You eliminate these pitches. Let me see, 95. He got fly ball and he consistently hit the ball with 95 exit velo or higher. But it's still better metrics with Holiday, O'Hearn, and Cowser. So you got better spots with the lefties. He give up a homer a game to lefties. He do give up more to righties, but he's still giving up a 10% barrel, 18% home run to fly ball, and 44% hard hit percent to those lefties. And we've seen again till that right field side was 314. So lefties can get those typical doubles, gonna be homers in this part. And that's where the wind going. So the wind gonna favor left-hand batters who pull. All right, White Sox Pirates. 82 degrees. Now, this has a 36% chance of rain, so be very careful. But what I do like, this got double-digit winds going out. So I don't know if this game might be delayed or not. That I'm not sure, but I will say double-digit wins going out, you definitely want to target games like this. You got Aaron Savali, 10 homers, even kill to both hands, damn near 2 homers to both hands, 9% barrel to lefties, the higher barrel percentage to righties. So make sure you note that. Fly ball, this is what you love to see. I told y'all yesterday, we talked about this with Logan Webb and why I was going the total base and double route versus homers with Toronto batters. And lo and behold, none of them hit a homer when he was pitching. When he came out, I think a couple went over, but you got to pay attention to that. These are bright green fly ball percentages. These are the pitchers that you want to target the most pitchers who give up a lot of fly balls. And when they got green, home run to fly balls. So not only do you give up the fly balls, but more often than not, the fly balls result into home runs. Right? So Anderson Valley is a good one to target from what I'm seeing from here. Then got hot. Give me a second. I'm trying to get this damn jacket off. All right. So get into these batters and see if we can find somebody that can take advantage of this. Okay. Start from the top. Reynolds. All right, last 5, last 10. Reynolds ain't been in this bag this much. Hopefully he can get it going this second half of the season. You got a 40% cutter. So you can see he definitely hit the cutter with more power. Last 5 and 10. 0% fly ball. 20%, 80% hard hit. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. But he definitely got the power. So if he can get one over. But then another thing you got to know too, well, I guess the win won't matter because Pirates Park is not one of the best parks for homers. But again, you got the weather for carry and you got double-digit wins going out. So both of those will assist. So it's the lefties that he's doing that to. Okay. O'Neal Cruz. So against all the pitches, you can see crazy pop, 100 with a 20, 97-0. Let's see, 40% fly ball, 60 hard hit last 5, 50% fly ball, 10% home run to fly ball, 70%. So he got the metrics, he got the power, he got the stat cast. Now let's see against this cutter that you're gonna see 40% of the time. The fly balls dropped, the hard hits went up, 20 with 100% hard hit. 101.20. This is crazy. 104.40. So yeah, O'Neal Cruz. If you come here, let me see. Match him. He's a righty. The cutter. Cutter sinker. 4-seam curve. The cutter to sinker. Where the sinker at? The cutter, the sinker, the 4-seam curve. Okay. So yeah, you can see that damn, he got, how is this a triple? So you can see from his spray chart, he got a 38% homer on the season. From a right hand pitcher, pitching those 4 pitches, that's a ball in play. Meaning he hit the ball, but it didn't result in the out. If you add the outs, you can see it goes down. But if you take away the outs and put only balls in play, only the baseballs that actually resulted into something that wasn't an out, you can see he has a 38% home run percentage against those pitches. So that's good to know as well for O'Neal. So I like O'Neal Cruz, and you get him at plus 400. Can't ask for nothing better. $20.40, $10.60. Versus righties, fam. 20% barrel. Hold on. Fly balls. 50% fly ball, 20 hard hit, 40% 20. Eliminate everything but the cutter. 40-40. Is he back? If he is, he definitely got the fly ball, home run, the fly ball, and hard hit. 30, 10, 40 over the last 10. I'm not sure if he playing, but I would look at Jack if he is. So yeah, for me, it's O'Neal Cruz for sure. Like it's O'Neal. He got the exit velo. We know that hard hit percentage. That's something you ain't never got to worry about with Cruz. it's exit velo, barrel percent. Eliminate those. Look at the cutter. Everything went up 104.40. So O'Neal Cruz at plus 400 is your best option in this game. Didn't see nothing else I like. You know, I try to find like a long shot. Maybe this Joey Bart. Joey Bart, he a righty. 86-20, 20% barrel. Oh, no, he don't got no fly ball percentage. So, yep, you got enough games, enough people. So, the only thing I seen that I really liked out of there was that O'Neal Cruz, to be honest. And if you look, you jump from 400. The next person is like 525. So, they don't even see a lot that they like as far as the books. All right, Andrew Heaney, 18 homers, 7 to lefties, 11 to righties. He giving up 2 homers a game to lefties, a homer a game to righties, 11% barrel, 9% barrel. Home run to fly ball is bright green, giving up hard hits, and he right under that like 30% threshold. But he still do give up fly balls. Luis has a homer against him. Noted. All right, so let me see. Vargas, last 10. Let's say StatCast, 40%, 30. Anything dominant? Yep, 4 seam. All right, Sosa, last 10, last 5. Let's isolate this 4 seam. Your power went up. 20%, 20. That ain't enough. 20, 40. Yeah, these going to be a lot of. We back here again. 101-20 for the last 5 for Luis Robert versus lefties pitching slider, 4 seam, or a changeup. You can see, look at Luis Roberts' numbers for the year. 5 homers, damn near 300 batting average, 550 slug with a 262 ISO, and a 425 OPB. He is seeing lefties well all season. And these specific pitches, he is hitting with power. Now, this is what we want to see. Is it consistent with the 4 seam? It is. It very much so is. 97-20 last 10, 101-20 last 5 at 475. So I like Luis today. 96, no barrel. Let's see, the 4 seam. No fly. Okay. %40 barrel. Damn. Man. 93, 20, 89, 40. So you still got this 40% barrel. 40, 40, 20, 60. Put all the pitches back. 20, 30, 40, 40 at plus 750. And Cuero, Edgar, whatever his name is, he might be in a sneaky spot today, y'all. And you can see he got a 540 slug against lefties. He might be in a sneaky spot. 90-40 for our main man. 96-50. Michael Taylor's. This should be crazy. Every time I see him. 50% fly ball, 20-80. Those are the numbers you're looking for. 40, 20, 60. Crazy pop against lefties. And guess what? It stays up there. More fly balls, more hard hits. Crazier metrics. Michael Taylor at plus 600 is in a great spot again today. Michael Taylor with a 475 and a 250 ISO. So you can see that he is hitting them well. It's a few that's hitting that you can see are hitting lefties well, period. Now it just matter if these specific pitches they're gonna see gonna help. Like he's hitting them well for the season, but it might not be these specific pitches. He got a hot fly ball. The only issue, 40-40, is his exit velo. But see, okay, now it makes sense. This is why I always look right here because he got 2 bunts in here. It say bunt grounder. I don't know why I say single. So this 25 mile an hour and this 40 mile an hour crucified his exit velo average. Oh, he don't got a line anyway. So always look at that. Pay attention to that because sometimes a person has bunts in there and that lower exit velo Slater. Plus 625. Okay, hold on. Last 5, last 10, 96-20. Fly balls, hard hit, home run to fly ball, consistent hard hits. Last 5, more fly balls, a higher home run to fly ball, still consistently hitting the ball hard. To the 4 seam, damn near the same metrics, and he's still keeping the fly ball and consistent hard hits. That's what we want at 625. So you got Austin Slater, you got Luis Robert, and you got Michael Taylor are my favorite three players where everything aligned going up against Heaney. And if you look, that's where 11 of his 18 homers is coming from. So that is very good to note. All right, my bad, y'all. Okay, so and then you can even look right here, y'all. Look, that's crazy. Look, last 15 at bats for those same three players, just versus lefties. Period. Green, 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 green. Let me see the hard hit percentages. Yep. So those same three players just been in a Duffy against lefties in their last 15 at bats. Period. And then when we looked at the pitches he's going to throw, it stayed. So that's even more telling. Padres Nationals, 90 degrees, great for carry, 9-mile-an-hour winds going to right field. So that's good as well. So we got Nick Pivetta, 12 homers, 3 to lefties, 9 to righties. Almost a homer and a half. More damage is coming from the right side. Almost a homer and a half to righties. He giving up a 10% barrel to both hands. Hard hitters there. We get the fly balls that we want to see to the righties, and that's where all the damage is coming from fly balls, is right-handed batters. Against Mackenzie Gore, 11 homers, 5 to lefties, 6 to righties. 11% barrel to left-hand batters. That's where all the damage is done, from hard hit to the more fly balls to the more home runs per fly ball. It's lefties to Mackenzie Gore. Okay, so James Wood actually been seeing righties well for the year. He just in a slump here. Let me see if I go to the last 10. Okay, so it's just his last 5 at bats. But if I'm mistaken, let me see. James Wood, 5'11", 250. Yeah, that's crazy. He ain't been hitting a lot of fly balls. Yep, 20%, 50. Last 5, 2020. Now, let's see. That 4-seam alone. 99-30. 97-40. 20%, 60% hard hit. 20%, 50% hard hit. So, he's definitely seeing this fly ball. I mean, look at these bright green exit velos. Power, with, like I said, with James Wood and with O'Neal Cruz is something you never have to worry about. It's no power at all. You don't ever have to worry about those two things. Like you can even look like some of these green home runs is like leaving the damn thing. It's a forcing curve. So you can see he have a 35% home run on balls in play with a 35% double. On for the season on balls in play. That's not a ground ball or a pop up from right-handed pitchers throwing those two. He even got like a double here that would have been a homer in this specific part. 330. Look, 335 to the far right lefties. He a lefty, so he gonna pull here, which is crazy because he don't he don't have a lot of pull. He a left-hand batter, so you would expect to see more over here. He go opposite and straight. That's how you know he got power, because he actually hit more homers in the parts where it's deeper outfield at, deeper walls. Let's see that 52% alone. Garcia, Arwin up. That was roughly the same. Is he? I think he not playing. 20%, 86-10, 30-40%, 40-40. Okay. 40, 22, 67. 97 to Ahmad Rosario versus the four seam with no line. Why, of course. Damn, this kid been raking. I know that for sure. 30%, 10, 20, 60%, 20, 20. See, against the four seam alone, 60, 20, no hard hits in the last five. 10% hard hits, 50% fly ball. What's the issue here? It's like he got the four seam, he don't hit with the power at plus 900, but he might be in a sneaky ass spot. He definitely got the angles to where he hitting the fly ball distance. I don't know why the four seam he don't hit as hard as the rest of the pitches, but he got the fly ball 10%. Like 1 out of 10, his last 10 was over 95. 0 out of the last 5, but he keep a high fly ball with a home run per fly ball. So I'm willing to take my chance with that home run and fly ball as far as making him a long shot at plus 900. Crazy metrics. This shit looks stupid. Take off let me see, the four seam, even crazier. 60, 40, 80 at plus 600. I like Riley Adams. Oh, is this who I was thinking about? The house guy. Yeah, it is. It's him. 92, 20, 96, 44 fly ball, consistent hard hit, last 5. 60% fly ball, consistent hard hit, Brady House at 625. 80% fly ball, 40% hard hit. 60, 50. More power against the fly ball. You keep more power against the fastball, 60, 60. Oh, he don't got a line. So yeah, you got a couple different options. Yep, James Wood. The only thing that was my issue with James Wood is it's nothing with the power. It's his lower fly ball. That's about it. But the power, like I said, the power gonna be there. The power there at plus 500 and plus 500 for James Wood is crazy. So you got the value there. And then you got a couple long shots from Rosario. Well, we don't see no line with him. Riley Adams, love this at plus 600, especially against this four seam. Love this. Even though it's only 5 at bats, but we look at last 5s. Lyle is in a sneaky spot as your long shot, and then House as well. So Brady House, Adams, Wood, and then your long shot would be this D Lyle. Now let me look back here. Pavetta. So you want it to be one of them righties. So with that being said, I think I would go Riley Adams as my number one option. Looking at the righties is where the damage comes from the most. That's not saying that the lefty can't go over, but again, attack the weakness. Attack the weakness. So it's looking like those, like the Riley Adams, the Brady Houses, and that long shot is more along the lines of where I would be targeting far as which route I want to go. Mackenzie Gore, 11 homers, 5 to lefties, 6 to righties. We looked at that already. Machado already has a homer against him. Now, let's see, last 5, last 10. So we got 95, 30, last 10. Any of these pitches is a 53% four seam. Okay, so now let's see. 40% fly, 60 hard hit. 60% fly, 20% home run to fly, 40% hard hit. So we got another game where Manny Machado is in a great spot versus lefties. He got a 557 with a 300 ISO. So he's been hitting. And then you can look right here for the season. He's been hitting the lefties, throwing four seams well. He's been hitting lefties with the four seam curve and the changeup well all season. Tatis, last 5, last 10. Statcast, fly ball, he got a 30%. Consistent hard hits, last 5. Consistent hard hits, more line drives, but let's see against the four seam. 40%, 60 hard hit. 60%, 60% hard hit. So the metrics got better to that four seam. You got Fernando Tatis at 475, and he's just so overdue. It don't even make sense. 96, 10, his last 10, 20% last 5, 40, 60. 30, 60. So he consistently getting the ball contact. He getting hard hits. 96-10 last 10. 93-20 last 5. Bogarts. Xander might be in a sneaky spot at plus 800. This crazy how this didn't go out. 98-29, 378. That should have been a home run. Oh, the same. Okay, so the lefties see the same pitches, the same amount. $96.10 is last 10, $93.0, 40%, 10%, 60. 40-60. Again, we figured that out. Like I told y'all before, Cronenworth is one of the lefties. It was Merrill last year, but you know, my boy ain't been right since he came back from injury. Cronenworth is a lefty who sees lefties well, and it shows here. Look at the hard contact that he does get against left-hand pitchers, pitching four-seam slider. 93, look, last 10, 96. He going to give you the fly ball. He got a 10% home run, the fly ball, consistent hard hit. So he sees lefties well, and they give it. He at plus 900. So yeah, you got Machado, Tatis, and you got a couple long shots in Bogaerts and Cronenworth. Now, let me see. Gore, 6 homers. He giving up all the damage to these lefties, which was only, it looked like Cronenworth. But again, winds, and the winds are favoring lefties, going high winds to right field, 88 degrees. Nationals was another one that won one of the most home run friendly parks. Angels, Phillies. I don't even think I need to even stress this any longer. I think I made my point and we all see it now. What's going on when you're dealing with the Philly Stadium, Citizens Bank. 90 degrees, winds favoring righties. Favoring lefties going to right field. Jose Soriano, 4 homers, 3 to lefties, 1 to righties. You got the barrel hard hit, fly ball, home run to fly ball. You can see here. Always target the green spots. Suarez, 6 homers, 5 to righties. Same thing. Look at where they're giving up more barrels, where they're giving up more fly balls, where they're giving up more home run to fly balls. Those are where you target. Kyle Schwarber has been going absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And his metrics going to just keep saying the same thing. The same thing. Do he got a homer against him? No. Okay, so last 10 versus a righty throwing a sinker or a knuckle curve. 102.30. Last 5, 107.40. Man, what? 20% fly ball, 20 home run to fly ball, 80% hard hit. 20%, 10%, 70%. You can see over here, 500 slug with a 269 ISO. With 18 homers against righties this year. And then, again, he's in his park. Lefty in Citizens Bank. It's just a match made in heaven. So do not be surprised if he go again today. And his odds today is plus 270. He is smoking righties. Like, look at these 115, 115, 114, like 109, 112s. He's smoking righties. Anything dominant? Oh, the sinker. Hold on. Whoa. Take out sinker only. Okay. No, I don't think it was to your hand. Oh, you can. The sinker shit got even worse, man. Yeah. Sinker got even crazier for Sword. B-Stot. They throwing that sinker 50%. There's Max Kepler. I think he hurt. Oh, but he got odds up. Maybe he playing. 40-40. 60-40. Max Kepler might be in a good spot. It ain't from here. He got the fly ball. He got some good hits here. Again, he a lefty. Let me see where he at over here. Oh, but he not really seeing him the best. Okay, it might be Bryce. 90-10 exit velo. 90 exit velo, 10% barrel. The sinker. Okay, let me see. 20%, 30, 0, 20, 30, 50. That's crazy. That knuckle curve scares the hell out of me. But if you eliminate that knuckle curve, that sinker that he gonna see a lot today, he ain't really hitting the best lately. 40, 20, 80. Who was this? Brandon Marsh? A 102-40 from righty throwing sinker knuckle curve. Last 10, 90, 20. 40% fly ball, 20% home run per fly ball, 80% hard hit. Last 5, his last 10 is 20, 10, 50. Take out this knuckle curve. 2060. Let me see if his metric's still there. Brandon Marsh is a sneaky and a lefty at plus 750. Brandon Marsh is definitely in a sneaky spot, so you might want to watch that. 40% barrel last 5. 30% barrel last 10. 20, 10, 40. 20, 60. Take off everything but this sinker. He still got good metrics at plus 750. Otto Kemp. So yeah, Swerve is by far the favorite. And I see 2 sneaky spots, and they're both lefties as well, Kepler and Marsh. If I had to pick one that's showing the consistency, it would be Marsh. And that's exactly where you want to go. A lefty. Yep. So Kyle Schwarber is by far the easy, the clear favorite. As far as them lefties go, I don't know if Kepler back. Me personally, another reason, y'all know I don't touch people when they like first come back from off an injury. So I don't know if this is his first game or he just ain't seen no lefties in a while. But I do know that him and Brandon Marsh are both in sneaky spots today. And again, what better time to take them than in a park where it favors their hand? Okay, so Taylor Ward. Let's see what we got here. Anything dominant? Nah. Okay. Last 5. Let's put it on last 10. Get a bigger sample size. 10%. So you've been hitting a lot of from lefties. 586, 300 ISO. That's crazy for the season. Um, but his last 10 at bats. I'm sorry. His last 10 at bats have been not so well as far as fly balls. Last 5, 20%. Last 10, 10. He went. I know he 1 yard yesterday, but that might have been against the righty. Sinker. Why is there only one pitch? Oh, that's the only pitch that he damn near throw to them. Okay. Neto. %, 20%, 70% ground. He been hitting a lot of ground balls. So the total bases, again, I can't stress that enough. Total bases. Total bases. When you see these higher ground balls and line drives, just go to total base route. Adele. Let's see. 99-40 last 5, 96-40 last 10, 20% 70, 20% 80 at plus 420. And he been going crazy in this state, in this park. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say, don't he got a homer? I think he got a homer in both games. And he and it looked like it might be again today. So Lair has definitely been going crazy. Look at his last 5 at bats from lefties throwing those pitches. With a 400 slug and a 200 ISO damn near 10160. That's crazy. 60% fly ball, 40 home runner. It's obvious. This is crazy. 60, 40, 80, 40, 20, 60. That's crazy. 420. So Lair might go yard today. $20, $40, last 5, last 10, 30, 10, 60. I seen better for better value. But Mike Trout, 94-10. I guess you can say that. But again, to be honest, you'll see what I'm talking about. 60-60. This is the shit you like. 40-10-50. But he don't got no line. So it must be they must have pulled the old Hoppy. Logan must be playing, but I don't know. But look at his metrics. I mean, look at his stats. His slug and ISO versus righties. Mancada, he fucks with you, but I know he don't. It ain't good on lefties. But again, so look, Adele and Soler is clearly the favorites. Mike Trout you can throw in there, but you getting way better value for way better metrics. So those are the two that I would say is Adele and Soler. Was there somebody else on here? And I would look out for him if he has a lineup. If they decide like last minute to start him over Logan. And that's exactly where we want to go. Righties. We want to go righties. All right, Yankees Brave. 90 degrees. Great for carry. Winds going out. That's also a good thing. We got Marcus Stroman, who done gave up 4 homers, 3 to lefties, 1 to righties, against Grant Holmes, who done gave up 15 homers, 7 to lefties, 8 to righties. Both pitchers are giving up 10% barrels to both hands. So this could be one of them games, especially with the weather and the wind going out to go with it. Olsen sold the world yesterday. He was in a crazy spot. Again, look over here, but he's still like for the year, 466, 210, 480, 229. So these type players, who was this? Oh, Acuna. 600 with a 300 ISO. That's crazy. All right, let's see if we got anything. Nope. All right, last 10, last 5, 20%, 30 with a hard hit percentage. He do have a homer against Marcus Stroman. Albie's been in his bag. He finally done snapped out of it. Anything? Oh, okay. But not against this specific pitch set. 2060. So you got a super high ground ball percentage. Azuna. No fly balls last 10. But damn sure ain't gonna be nothing like okay. Sean Murphy. 20%, 60, 10%, 40 on the sinker slurve. Okay, all sinker. 479, 229. What's your odds? Plus 500. And I think Wynn's going out to left field for righties. 92-20 last 5. 89-20. So he keep his barrel up. He got a 20% fly ball. I wish it was a little higher, but far as what we've seen so far, he in a good spot. 95-10. 120. 40-20-80. 20-10-60. What is this? At 650. Drake Baldwin. I like this Drake Baldwin. I like this Drake Baldwin a lot. Eli White. Acuna. 40%, 10-40. 80% fly ball, 20. He just ain't hitting this consistently hard. But this crazy fly ball and home run fly ball is nuts at plus 380. Acuna, and again, look at Acuna's stats across the board. Batting 300 with a 464 WOB, 600 slug, 303 ISO, 439 OPB. So Acuna definitely, definitely all season, and he still is getting solid contact against him with a crazy fly ball percent. So with that being said, the two I like the most is Baldwin and Acuna. Excuse me, Baldwin. Yeah, I like Baldwin. Like his last 5 at bats against righties pitching these pitches is crazy. And then Acuna. Yeah, so Acuna and Baldwin is the clear favorites. If you want a third option, it would be Sean Murphy. But honestly, it's not even he's not even like no crazy odds. He at the 500. He in the middle of both. So I would say the favorite would be Acuna. The long shot by 650 it would be Drake Baldwin. And that's where the more damage is done at that lefty. So Drake Baldwin looked like a winner today. Grant Holmes. Okay, righty versus the four seam slider. 10%. Add them both. 30%, 10, 60. Last 10, last 5, 60%, 20, 80. Aaron Judge is in a great spot again today. And you're getting him at 2-1 odds. Like I told y'all yesterday, like if you get him at 2-1 odds, it's hard not to take it. He didn't go yard yesterday, but that's on him, not us. The metrics and everything made sense. Winds going out damn near 10 mile an hour to left field. So that worked in our favor as well. $86. Okay, let's see. Anything Dominic? One thing I did see though, he got 100% fly ball last 5. 70%, 20, 30 last 10 at 520. I had him yesterday and he went yard. It's just like the inconsistency on power, but he got the fly balls for sure. 70% fly, 30% hard hit, 60, 40% hard hit. Volpe is in another spot again. If I'm not mistaken, I think didn't he hit 2 homers yesterday? Plus 750. He looked like he in another prime spot. Great fly balls. Great hard hit to where consistently getting hard hits. 40% barrel last 5, 30% barrel last 10 against these pitches. With 8 homers. Paul Grisham, last 5, last 10. So we got some power here. 40% fly, 20-70. That's good. 40-20-60. That's great. Trent Grisham at plus 500. Like this a lot. And look at his metrics. I mean, look at his stats on the year. 550 slug with a 260 ISO with damn near a 300 batting average. 30%, 60 hard hit. 40%, 60 hard hit. 96 exit velo last 5. 92 last 10. Another one who's batting well against lefties all year. I like him at plus 575. Austin Wells last 10. His last 5. You see 0 last 5. So no fly balls. Okay. This should look stupid. This look crazy. 80% fly, 10% home run, 80% hard hit. So this look like a lefty game we're going to see. 60% fly, 100% hard hit. 104-20 last 5, 102-40 last 5 at plus 450. Sheesh. So yeah, this is definitely a lefty game. The only righty that I like is the long shot. But this is definitely a lefty game. Grisham, Dominguez, and my favorite gotta be, even for the year, who we got more homers, all that. It's definitely this Jazz. Jazz, you might be coming off the block today, man. I gotta forgive you, man, with these kind of metrics. With these kind of metrics. Let me see something. Hold on. Where'd he go? Jazz. Four seam curve, cutter, slider. Four seam curve, cutter, slider. Now, look at this. This is even more telling. So, no, I'm going to do all. No, I'll do last start. It don't even really matter. But look, 45% home run percentage on balls in play from a righty throwing the pitches he gonna see today when it's not an out, ground ball, or pop up. Oh shit, take it out. Now, he has a lot of pull power. Look, a lot of stuff coming over here. Remember, we seen this yesterday with Olsen. Olsen had a single that would have been a homer if he would have hit that single in Truist Park. That's good. 375, 385, 400, 375. They got a short porch over here. It drops all the way to 325, which is where he loves to hit the ball. He even got a double that would have been a home run in this park. But look at where all his homers at. And most of them is right here where this 325 short porch is at. A double over there. That is major. With an 81% fly ball percent. Yeah, Jazz is going for sure. For sure. All right, we move. Let's see what we got. Okay. Royals, Marlins. The roof is closed, so none of this would matter. So you don't have to worry about the wind coming in or the 86 degrees, which was good. But we got Chris Bubic, 6 homers. Bubic, 6 homers, 5 to righties. Jansen Junk, 1 homer to a lefty. Let's see what we can find in here. All right, start from the top. All right, so anything that I need to focus on? Yes, I do. A 4-seam. And this is a lefty. How y'all doing against lefties on the year? Wagaman, decent. Ramirez, decent. Myers, decent. Okay. Stowers. I want to... Yep. And I always come to this and remind y'all. Stowers has 21 homers on the year. He don't have any homers versus lefties. Him being a lefty, he's not one of those lefties who hit lefties well. So this make a lot of sense. I always reiterate that when I see that. All right, hold on. 40% fly, 50% hard hit last 10, 60% fly, 60% hard hit, more consistent power hits. Let's isolate this 4-seam. You still keeping the fly ball percent up, the hard hit last 10, 60, 60. All this went up. Okay, Otto Lopez at plus 900. I like this. I like that a lot. Ramirez, we can see here that he's seeing lefties well. Isolate this 4-seam. Still got a 20% barrel last 10, 20% barrel last 10 and 5, 40, 30, 40, 40. Go back to all the pitches. 20, 60, 30, 60. Okay, so I like this as well. I like Ramirez. I definitely like Ramirez, which is crazy that it makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so I like Ramirez as well. Sanchez. It's even kill with the lefties. It's the righties. Okay. Righties, Myers. Let's isolate this 4-seam and see what you got going on. $40, $50, $40, $40. Got some pop, but not consistent. He another plus 900. You're a righty, so isolate the 4-seam. $95 last 5, $98. You a righty, right? Up, isolate the 4-seam. 2040. 2040. What was it with all the pitches? 1050. Okay, so not these. Okay, so clearly. So Ramirez is like the favorite. And that's what we want to target. We want righties, which is a good thing, right? So Ramirez is the favorite, and the long shot is Otto. Otto Lopez at plus 900. He is destroying fastballs from lefties. So keep that in mind. All right, Jansen Junk. 1 homer to lefties. Okay, and he's a righty. We see a lot of green over here, so they, for the most part, hitting righties well. I mean, yeah, hitting righties well. So go back to last 10. We're gonna just stay on last 10. 97.40, crazy. 40% fly ball, 10% 50. Those match. Last 5, he still consistently have that. Now, let's see if it's anything. It's all roughly the same. If you want to see the four seam alone, you can see that 140. Okay, Bobby. 40%. And they're playing Marlins with the roof closed. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was at. So Bobby Witt actually have great metrics. Great stack has metrics even better against the four seam alone. And then he has been exceptional against right-hand pitchers, period. India, Pasquantino. Okay, Garcia. %, 50, 40, 80, 30, 60, 20, 80. What's his odds? Plus 1,000. He in a sneaky spot. 30, 20, 60. I like that. Without even looking at nothing else. 40, 20, 60. I like that. That makes sense. Okay. Perez. Let's see what the four seam look like alone. 30, 30, 20, 20, 40. Perez at plus 480. So it's look like it's going to be these righties. Frazier. I ain't seen him in a minute. So, yeah, you got Bobby Witt and Perez, the obvious. And then a long shot is this Garcia at plus 1,000. All right. Athletics Guardians, 80 degrees. Be very, caution. 12-mile-an-hour winds coming in. 80 degrees. And you know what? I'm looking out my window right now, and it's definitely windy. It's shit. All right, so we got Jeffrey Springs, 19 homers. 16 of those are to righties. That's where more damage is coming from. Gavin Williams, 14 homers, 6 to lefties, 8 to righties. Oh, be careful. I'm not saying nobody can't, but double-digit wins coming in is very scary. Carlos Santana has a homer against him this year. Metrics. Anything dominance? We're seeing last 10, 30, 30. Jose, 92-0 last 10, 94-0 last 5. Isolate the four seam. 40-20, 20-20. So, yeah, this looking like total bases for me. I can already see how this about to go. Yep, I see exactly where this going. Damn. Last 5, last 10. Slider four seam. Those the same. 40% fly, 1070. Okay, I found one. I don't know what his odds are, but man, Zardo is in a crazy spot today. And he actually 543 with a 350 ISO. He is actually hitting lefties very well with solid contact. Forty, 10, 50, 80, 20, 60. Okay, David Fry in a good spot at what's his odds? Plus 525. If you decide to go that route. So yeah, the two I like the most is David Fry, but most I like Manzardo the most. I just don't know what his line is if he gonna play. So those are your best two for that. Gavin Williams, Tyler Soderstrom. Right, hold on, come down. Start from the top. Rooker, last 10, 94-20. Last 5, 95-20. So he consistently hitting the ball well. Nothing major standing out, okay? 40, 10, 60. 46, yeah. What's his odds? Plus 500, Brent Rooker. And those odds, again, why would Brent Rooker, who a masher, with these kind of metrics be 500? they're taking into account all the other stuff that we see, like the weather coming in. All of that goes into account. What we see, they know. So that's why you get that. But that's why we do this, because you're going to catch sneaky spots and value spots because of that. So the lefties, you want to throw that four seam a little more. 96, 10, 20, 10, 50, 0. Total bases. Soderstrom, I know you're throwing that four seam a lot to them. 20, 40. You can even look right here. We want to see consistent power. Landeliers. Okay, so it's not righties, it's lefties that he do that to. 40, 10, 30, 60, 20, 40. He definitely been in his bag. So, I mean, just yesterday, you can see he just smoked one. And it was to a four seam. Let me see. He got a lot of power behind his four seam at plus 500. But if I'm looking at plus 500s, I like Brooker a little better as far as overall metrics. Kurtz is another one. He's a lefty. Oh, well, we're going against a righty. Oh, let me see. Yep. 600 slug with a 350 ISO. Crazy. That's crazy. He is destroying right-hand batters. Last 5, 140. Last 10, 140. Fly balls, home run to fly balls. 9 out of 10. I mean, he destroying everything from righties. 60s, 100% hard hit. I know the lefties, he coming four seam dominant. 30, 20, 90 last 10. 40, 20, 100. Still, look, everything went up. Exit velo went up, barrel went up last 5. Exit velo, barrel went up for last 10. Kurtz at plus 420. And that's where our short porch is at too. Yep, 325. So you definitely want to identify those spots. Especially to this four seam. Crazy. Like, he got crazy pop. He don't even go to this short side. He going straight every single time. Let's see, what was the other cutter in the curve? Okay, now you got some over here. 47% home run percentage to those 3 pitches from righties when ball is in play. Sheesh. That's not an out. Oh, shit. Hold on. I don't think that was all of them. I'm not online. So, yeah, Brent Rooker and Nick Kurtz is the two to take. One or the other. You pick and choose which route you want to go. Again, come here and try to look and see where you're getting that advantage at. And that's who you target. Reds, Mets, 90 degrees with 10-mile-an-hour winds going out to right field. Got Andrew Abbott, who's giving up 10 homers, 2 to lefties, 8 to righties, against David Peterson, 2 lefties. I don't know what it is. I hate when it's 2 lefty pitchers in the same game. 7 homers, 6 to righties, 1 to lefties. Okay, let's see. So Brandon, let's start from here. Lindor. Anything? Yeah, 4-seam dominant. Last 10, 30%, 50 hard hit. 40-40. I don't know. Pete Alonso, damn. Anything dominant to the, yep, the 4-seam. Oh, yeah, Pete shit looks stupid. 50%, 10-50. Last 5, 60, 20, 60 with a 99-40. Yeah, buddy at plus 290. Ugh. I mean, it's a good parlay piece. My bad. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Versus lefties. And Pete, 433 slug, 227 ISO. You see a lot of green people over here. I'm looking at these slug ISOs consistently, and then if I can get you to be good today, it all worked itself out. Nemo we seen. 4-seam dominant. Soto, look crazy. Statcast there. 4-seam dominant. Yep, even better metrics against that. 95-40 last 5, 94-30 last 10, 30%, 30%, 40, 380. So I like this Juan Soto. Everybody is 4-seam dominant. Okay. Vientos. Brett Beatty. He went yard yesterday, didn't he? Forcing. McNeil. 28. Oh, super high line drive. Okay. Torrance. We seen him yesterday. He looked decent. Now he looked crazy. 60, 70, 60, 60. This shit looks stupid, y'all. We got us a long shot. Torrance, seeing that four seam from lefties. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. We got us a long shot. Metrics. Here. Four seams. So he's just throwing a lot of four seams today. Noted. 40% fly, 50 hard hit. Acuna. So yeah, Pete Alonso is the clear favorite. Looking at this right here, he just consistently hitting lefties well. Just look at all this bright green. Then you just go four seam alone, even brighter green. And look, what I tell y'all all the time, consistent back-to-back at bats. That's what you want to see. You want to see bright green, but you want to see it in clusters. But consistency is what you're looking at. Juan Soto is also up there. Great metrics, great fly ball percentage, four seam, great everything. And then Torrance is by far the long shot at plus 830. He already got great metrics here. 30% fly ball, consistent hard hits. But you take everything off and you put just a four seam. Look at all this bright green back to back at bats from lefties. So that's our long shot, Torrance, for sure. And it's looking like you want to target the righties, Pete Alonso, Torrance types. That's where he's giving up more homers per game. Another thing I tell y'all, we got us a fly ball pitcher. So you definitely target those type of pitchers anyway. David Peterson, look, this is one of the ones you got to be careful with. He don't throw fly balls. These are the same fly ball percentages we seen yesterday with Logan Webb. He's not a fly ball pitcher. Okay, so this lineup is confirmed. So now everybody in order. Okay, bet. First lefties. It ain't a lot of. Oh my God, Austin Hayes. This shit's stupid. Friedel, anything dominant? This damn sinker. And that shit got worse. Okay, that's why it's good to see that. What about to the righties? Oh, okay. Ellie, Austin Hayes. I mean, we just seen he's smashing last 5, 40%, last 10, 40%. No dominant pitches to righties. Nope. StatCast, 40%, 20%, 40%, 40%, 20%, 40%. Yep, we like Austin Hayes at plus 600. He is literally destroying. Now, again, be careful with a pitcher like a David Peterson, but still, at the end of the day, we looking at it from this side, who at least would be in the best spots if you were to take a person, right? Spencer Stevenson, 50%, 50. Okay, 40, 40. 94, 10, 93. Stevenson at 650 might be in a decent spot. Again, he's the only other person out of these 9. He's the only other person besides Austin Hayes who has consistently been seeing left-hand pitchers well this year. When you put it on versus left-hand pitchers, and this is for the full season, you see a lot of red except for them two. So clearly, Austin Hayes is the favorite. Stevenson is right behind them. But Austin Hayes, like I said, Austin Hayes should look crazy. 40% barrel last 10. We see he got the fly balls. We see he got the consistent hard hit. He has damn near a 800 slug with a 400 ISO against left-handed pitchers pitching sinker, four-seam, curve, slider, and or a changeup. So don't overthink it. And you're getting him at great value at plus 600. Red Sox Cubs, 70 degrees. 13-mile-an-hour winds coming in. I know for sure I am not touching a single home run in this game. Not only that, remember, we said it yesterday. The impact that the wind has on Wrigley is by far, it's not even close to no other stadium. It's the most wind receptive. So whatever that wind say gonna happen is what's gonna happen. If it's 13-mile-an-hour winds coming in, a lot of baseballs will be stopped midair and die in the air. So keep that in mind. And then you also got Crochet. 10 homers, 8 to righties, 2 to lefties. Going up against K. Horton, 7 homers, 2 to lefties, 5 to righties. You definitely want to target a righty in this game because he's giving up 2 homers a game to righties, a 15% barrel. Half of the baseballs you hit going to be 95 or more. Crazy fly ball, crazy home run to fly ball. But again, I'm converting that over to total bases. Not doing it. Like, look at this, y'all. Not only is it because of the pitcher, but 11 plus 1100 for Pete Crow is crazy. That's insane. Anything dominant here? Not a super dominant pitch. 40%, 30%, a lot of ground balls here. Okay, versus lefties. Let's see who's been at. And he actually batted well against them. 1100 is crazy. Suzuki 650 with a 581, 295 all year. They giving that's big ups to the pitcher and this win. To both of them. 95. Hold on. Righties. Is it anything specific to the yes, 4 seam. 20. Yep. So we got to look at this 4 seam. Getting some power there. No fly balls. Okay. Kyle Tucker. No, it was nothing specific to lefties. Righties is 4 seam only. This game gonna be faded all the way around by me. I already see how this about to go. Shaw. Oh, this Bush. I'm tripping. Bush. 20%, but then they don't got him up here. I don't know what to do with that. Ian Happ. 40, 10, 50. Let me see it with the 4 seam alone. Shaw. Righty, 4 seam alone. Kelly. Righty, 4 seam alone. 50% fly ball, 40 hard hit last 10. 91. You got him at plus 900. Carson, 409, 167. He might can get one. But again, it's going to be rough for all of them. 50%, 10, 40. Justin Turner. $40, 10, 20. Yeah, so you got some spots as far as total bases. I'm again, I don't see none. If I had to pick, it would be like Carson Kelly was like the best one I've seen overall here. Like with the 4 seams as far as like his power, and his high fly ball. But again, I can tell you right now, this is gonna definitely be one of them total base games. It's not even the best degrees, like temperature, and then 13 double digits coming in. That's what we don't want. Oh, hold on. Almost done, y'all. Trying to get this uploaded for y'all as soon as possible. Okay. We move. All right. What's this? A righty. So let's see verse right now. You got dinner. The whole team seeing righties well, but again, you're gonna see some crazy value today because of these weather conditions. Anything dominant. Yes, a 4 seam. 99-20. Statcast. 50%, 20-70 his last 10. That is crazy. That's crazy. At plus 560. And you can see like down here, 509, 253. Those are great metrics. So I like this Abreu. You got the power. Fly ball 50. What's the problem? Definitely got the consistent hard hits, but it's looking like total bases. To righties is the dime. Those the same. Okay, so lefties all I got to worry about with the what's in it. Hold on, whoa. Trevor Story. Rafaela. Sedan, somebody told me his name is pronounced, which is crazy. I would have never guessed that. Righty. 40, 50. Last 10, last 5. 60, 20. So Carlos, he in a decent spot. Bregman. Let's see. A lot of ground balls. Never mind. Toro. He a switch. This is a right-hand pitcher, so you a lefty. So that four seam is dominant. All right. Gonzalez. Damn. Rome. 20% fly, 80% ground, 80% hard hit. Last 5, 40%, 100% hard hit. He's in a good spot as well at plus 950. And he has been doing this all season against righties, pitching a four-seam or sweeper. 106.40 last 5, 130 last 10. That's crazy at plus 950. You are a lefty, so they're going to go four-seam heavy on you, buddy. All right, Anthony, they're going to go four-seam heavy. Got the metrics, no fly ball. Kind of one. Oh, Ref Schneider. Okay. 25-63. So the two I like the most is Abreu and Romy Gonzalez. Abreu at plus 560. Romy Gonzalez. Damn, that shit just said confirmed. Fast as hell. And this is the order they're gonna play. Okay, not damn, that just did it right in front of us. Gonzalez is playing. Abreu is playing. Okay, they both are playing. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, gotcha. They both are playing. That shit just updated right in our face. Twins, Rockies. On top of the altitude, which is great for carry, you got 90 degrees and winds going out again like yesterday. So that's a W. Hold on, my bad. Joe Ryan, who done gave up 12 homers, 6-6, versus Marquez, who done gave up 12, 8 to lefties, 4 to righties. Versus right-hand pitchers. Okay, so Ryan McMahon, let's see what you got going on. 30%, 30%, anything. Yep, that four-seam dominant. All right, last 10 is the same here. Yep, four-seam dominance. 40, 10, 60. Okay, Goodman. Let's see, we got 91.20. Goodman in a good spot at plus 320. Beck shit looks so crazy these last like 5 right here. This 104.20. That look crazy. 40% fly, 20% home run, 100% hard hit. Now let's see if that stayed the same with this four seam. 40, 20, 100, and his metrics went up. And he down from yesterday at plus 550. So I'm loving Jordan Beck again. Can't lie to y'all. Last 5, Brenton Doyle, no line, Toglia, Moniak, great metrics. His last 5. Oh shit. Last 10, same. Four seam dominant. Oh shit. What are the other pictures? So take off the splitter. 60, 10, 40. Those are good metrics. Moniak at what's his odds? Plus 375. So they like Moniak a lot too. No fly ball. Okay. Tovar. Tovar came back yesterday, hit him a homer. Great metrics. 447, 175 with 3 homers this year. Sec has 20, 10, 80, 40, 20, 80. So I like Tovar again. I don't know if he playing, but I definitely like him today. His more recent at bats versus righties pitching that four seam has been amazing. Where am I at? Tovar. Garcia, Estrada, Ritter. Yeah, so I like Tovar, I like Moniak, I like Beck, and I like Goodman. I like Beck the most actually, which is crazy because like with all the pitches, he got crazy exit velocity and barrel, and I want to say it stayed damn near and then it stays up there in that 104 exit velocity average. And with us seeing weather going out, with the altitude, and then we got weather going to left field for righties, I like that the most as far as those. But you got some good value there, and he got the best value out of all of them at 550. First righties. We got Trevor Larnach. Anything specifically? No. Larnach, France. That's a left. Let me see. Righties, dominant. No, okay. I love when it ain't that because that take up so much time having to isolate pitches when it's a super dominant pitch. Let me put it back on 10. Byron Buxton against these specific pitches. Last 5, last 10. Wish he had a higher fly ball percent. I don't even remember. Did he go yesterday? Because yesterday he was in the same situation. It wasn't a hot fly ball percent, so it didn't really catch my attention. 50, 10, 40. This dude. 20, 20, 60. The last 5 more ground balls. Last 10. Hold on. B-League. 40, 60. Castro at what? What's his odds? Plus 500. He was 750 yesterday, so they even saying that he in a better position than yesterday. 40% fly, 70% hard hit Ryan Jeffers. Okay, here we go. We got some action here. I don't know why the odds are doing that, so I don't know what his odds is, but I definitely like 30% barrel, 40, 10, 40. 60, 60. I like Bader. At plus 575. I like Bader. Oh, shit. Warner. Last 10. Where you at? Clemens. He been going crazy. 70% fly, 30% hard hit. 80%, 20% hard hit. And I think that's what happened to him yesterday. No, I don't know. I told y'all that don't sleep. Don't think. The park itself don't make it home run friendly. He hit what's called a reverse unicorn. This right here, if I'm mistaken, this is the one. He hit a ball yesterday that was a 29 out of a 30. So it was a home run in every park but this park. So that alone tell you it ain't the most friendliest, and they got him at plus 285 today for a homer. He in another good spot like yesterday. So yeah, you got Clemens. I love this Bader and Castro. Buxton is your like chalk at 215. I'm afraid of the more recent no fly balls from righties to these specific pitches. He definitely got the barrel, so of course he can. I mean, it's Buxton. But looking at everything to make sense, it's Castro, Bader, and Clemens. All right, Mariners, Astros, 5 degrees. 5-mile-an-hour winds going out, 70 degrees. The roof is closed, so none of that would matter. Okay. Let's get through these games. Let's just get through these games. All right, so we got Hunter Brown, who done gave up 12 homers, 8 to lefties, 4 to righties. Up against Brian Wu, who done gave up 14 homers, 10 to lefties, 4 to righties. Okay, it's a right-hand pitcher, so we can see who just for the year have been hitting them well. How many homers they got? Metrics. Okay, so last 5, last 10. 4-seam dominant. Last 10. Last 5, they go up a little bit more. 80% fly ball, 40 hard hit. Last 10, 80, 40. You're getting him at plus 315 today. Those are good metrics. He got good metrics, and then it's like 4 out of every 5 baseballs he hit goes up, which is a good thing. Consistent hard hit, we know that. It's the league leader in home runs. So, let's see. Julio, 94-10 his last 10. 97-20 his last 5. 20% 60. 40% 50. What's Julio at? Plus 650? A Rose Arena. Oh, hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, they're the same. Okay, so it's the lefties that I got to. Rose Arena, 99-20 his last 10. 20%, 20%, 70. No fly balls his last 5 against those 2 pitches. Last 5 at bats. 20%, 20%, 70 his last 10 at plus 475. We went to Kyle. I'm tripping, my bad. Crawford. See, he got a lot of. What's the problem here? 30%, 20, 20, 40. At plus 1,000. Like I see a lot of fly balls, but it's the power. If he had a little bit more pop to these angles, though, he'll have way more homers. Polanco, 94-20 his last 10. 94-20 his last 5. To lefties, he throw the four seam a lot. So 96-10, 94-0, 60-20-50, 60-40. Polanco is in a good spot at plus 600. Great fly ball, great metrics. Everything aligns. And for the year, he got a 480 with a 227 against right-hand pitchers. So, yeah. D-Moore, Garver, 50%, 20-30. 40, no hard hits his last 10, 5. 40-40, 40-40. He might be in a sneaky spot. Luke Rayleigh, last 5, last 10 against the four seam, just fastballs alone. Okay. Last 10, you a lefty, so four seam heavy. 40-20. Looking up with cans on, man. Last 10. Four seam alone. Okay, we got a higher barrel. 40-60. 20-40. Canzone might be in a sneaky spot at what's his odds? Plus 750. So Riley, for sure, and you get him at 3-1 odds, which is very rare. A Rose Arena. And I would say this sneaky spot is this Canzone at plus 750. Against that four seam. He loved his four seam. We're gonna hope that he will see a lot of four seams. He throw it 43% of the time to him, so that's good to know. Okay. Christian Walker. So righties, he don't have a super dominant pitch. 20-40. He left the game yesterday too, so I don't even know if he playing. Yep, they don't even got a line for him. I forgot he got something happened to him yesterday. I remember it coming across my feed. Hold on. To lefties, do they got something? It's always the lefties who they throw a certain pitch to a lot. 50% fly, 50 hard hit, 40-80. Yep. What's his odds? Plus 650. Caratini, yep. He might be going today. Decent numbers. Let's see. 395 with 7 homers versus righties. Yep. You a lefty too? Or you a righty? So this is what we gonna get. 40% fly, 40% hard hit, Dubon at 1,200. That's a sneaky, y'all. Look at all this bright green over here with a high fly ball percent. He in a sneaky spot. You are a lefty, so you're going to see four seams of hell. Nothing really changed. McCormick back? 99-20. Sheesh. This shit looks stupid. 30%, 80% hard hit. Four seam, you keeping that consistent power. The fly ball's dropped, but you still consistently hitting this ball hard. Last 5, 20%. What's his odds? Plus 700. Interesting. Damn. Who is this? 40 with 100% hard hit. Who the hell is Matthews? This is a crazy long shot right here. I definitely like this one. Caratini is like the best as far as value. I like the odds. But between you got this at plus 700, which will probably be second. But Matthews and who was that other one? Dubon. But now that I'm looking, the long shot is this Matthews dude. He is the long shot right here. This 103-40 in these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at bats. I guess since he got called, I don't know where he came from, but Caratini in order would be Caratini, Trammell, whatever his name is, Taylor, let's say. And then this is the long shot at plus 1,000. This Bryce Matthews. And he got Pop 40% fly ball. Everything is 95 miles an hour off the bat. I don't know who that is, but I'm definitely watching. And Caratini is a good choice too as well. 10 homers to lefties, a homer and a half. That's where the fly balls go. That's where the barrel at. So that's good to note. Brewers, Dodgers, 80 degrees, good for carry. Wind going out, good for carry. And then Dodgers, top 3 stadiums for home runs. So everything aligns far as spots for home runs in this game. Jose Quintana, 7 homers, 5 to lefties, 2 to righties. Clayton Kershaw, 6 homers, 5 to righties, 1 to lefties. Now let's see what we can find in here. Shohei does have a homer against him. Sinker slurve. That's all he's throwing your way. And it's going to be more sinkers. No fly balls to sinkers. 90% ground ball. That is crazy. Oh, he a lefty too, so let's see. What about righties? You sinkered up out this bitch. Okay. 33% fly ball, 67% hard hit. More ground balls and line drives these last 5. 60, 20, 40. I ain't even have to be here. $30, $40. Mookie Betts might do something. He got fly ball percentage. He got a 60 with all the pitches at 500. Freddie. 10%, 20%, a lot of ground balls. Total bases for these kind of guys. $40. Damn. 40. Home run the fly ball on the sinker alone at 430. Okay, Hernandez. I think if I'm mistaken, you might have been somebody we seen yesterday too who owed down. Tommy Edman, a lot of ground balls. Will Smith, 92-30. See what you're doing against the sinker. 96-13 still. No fly balls. Hold on, let me see. 30% 60 here with the other pitches included. At 450. 94-20. See, you kept the fly balls up even to that specific pitch. Rojas. Okay, we got us a long shot. Plus 1,000. So I ain't tripping. Yeah. His home run, the fly ball, the sinkers is crazy. So I'm gonna go Hernandez 1. You can put Will Smith because Will Smith actually is seeing all 3 pitches well. I'm afraid that he gonna get sinkered to death, but he still got the pop there. So okay, I'll say Will Smith and Teoscar is your main ones, and then we definitely found a long shot here. 93-20 against all 3 pitches, and he still kept that power and some barrel with just the one, and more importantly, his fly ball. And wasn't he the one that was like plus 1,060? Them odds are so crazy to me. So yeah, we definitely see some people there. Hold on. And then again, I want to say all of them. Let me make sure before I say it. Rojas, and they all righties. It's all Dodgers already like a top 3 park period, but they like number 1 or 2 to righties. Number 1, I think, to right hand batters. Churio, anything we got to worry about? Nah. All right. Lefties, any dominant? Slider. Yelich. $20, $10, $30. They going all righties. Make sure I ain't tripping to it. Yeah, okay. What are you, a switch? So you're gonna be a righty? You can see like they're not really the best against these type of pitchers anyway, against lefties. I ain't tripping. I don't think I've seen nothing that really just like. Let me see if I go to last five now. If anybody stand out more recent. Who was it I just on? Contreras. No fly balls though. 2020. It's like the only thing I seen from last five and last 10, but I don't think he got no lines. That's the only thing I really seen. If you've seen some, you can put in the comments, but none of that made like look like it was they struggling versus lefties. They are struggling versus lefties. Cardinals, Diamondbacks, 100 degrees, wind, none of that matters. The roof closed. Miles McCallis, 15 homers, 10 to lefties, 5 to righties. Another one that we got with high barrels and hot fly balls. Miro Kelly, 13 homers, 9 to lefties, 4 to righties. Um, Suarez, he done went out there and went crazy. He got 2 homers against Miles already. Versus righties. And you can see they love righties. A lot of green just came up. Let's go back to last 10. Anything dominant? No. So that's at least to righties. We good on the righties. Let me see. Boom. 90-10. Do you got any pop? 30-40. Now you are a switch, so you gonna bat left. Anything to these lefties mainly? No. The highest was 30%. You could throw all that shit in. Suarez at plus 350, obviously. 40, yep. Home run to fly ball percent, decent. That's obvious. Josh Naylor, let's see. To the lefties. All right, we good. All right. Last 10. 60% fly ball, 40% hard hit. 40-40. I like this Josh Naylor. He got the StatCast and he definitely got the power, the metrics. 20% barrel going all the way back to his last 10 at plus 600. Like Suarez, I like Naylor. Carroll, 90-20 his last 10. 40% fly ball, home run per fly ball, 10%. Consistent hard hits, at least half. Last 5, I'll be keeping that barrel percentage up there at 340. So the books like him a lot today. And I mean, it makes sense. He got a 600 slug with a 350 ISO on the year against left-hand batter. I mean, of versus righties. You got somebody else too, could tell. I don't know if he back today. Grichuk, shit looks stupid. It always looks stupid. If we're gonna play 50% fly ball, 10%, 60% hard hit. These are the players that you want. Last 5, 40%, but no line. I don't even know if he played last night, but definitely target him if he does play today. This is crazy. Herrera, McCarthy, I'm sorry. McCann. Okay, 92-20. Hold on. 20%, 20%, 50. 20, 60. So he got actually a decent home run to fly ball. That is one of the few times where I'll take into account a 20%. When at least I know that when you do hit them, they can, you know what I'm saying, you got a home run to fly ball percent. Again, he don't even got lines, so I don't know. What the fuck is this? 40-60. I'm looking right here. He got some pop. But no line. So if we got to go that route, we're gonna have to go the best I've seen, let me just make sure I'm not tripping. Go back to last 102.40 last 5. We know that all 3 I'm looking at is last 10 was there. 102.40, 87.20, 87.20, 97. So it's Suarez, Grichuk, Naylor, and Carroll. Those was the best spots for this game. Looking at their field dimensions, again, it's hard to hit homers here. They have a super big outfield. Like, we done seen some 325s and all that. Look, 376s. Look at how many of these people, they're homers. It's not homers in this park. Right? Like, look at all of these home runs that Carroll has that wouldn't have been a homer if he would have been at home in this stadium, in this park. So I was trying to see if it had a smaller side. No, the shortest is 376, which is most people's like damn near out to the 400. So you do what you want with that information, but and then look, Randall got this 97, 33, 53 just in the last 15 at bats versus righties, period. So even just seeing them batters alone, he been actually batting well. We got Donovan. Let's see. Go back to the last 10. All right. 20% barrel last 10. 20, 10, 30. There. That's a lefty. What about righties? Okay. 10% barrel, 20. We want to find something. You're going to have good barrel percentages in this part. Got to. You're going to have good metrics to hit home runs here. Simple as that. He got the fly ball, lower hard hit percentage, 20, 40. Burleson, his shit been looking crazy. Last 10, last 5. He got the barrel. 50% fly ball, 40% hard hit. 60, 20, 40. So Burleson is the best we've seen so far. Even looking right here, you can see a lot of this bright green at plus 560. But even him, look, he got some home runs that would not have been home runs in this park. It's just that this park has that super big outfield. It's insane. It's insane how big this outfield is. But Burleson is by far the best we've seen so far. He don't got no dominant pitches to no certain hand. 20% barrel, 10%. But nope. I don't know why they keep showing him. Let's go here. 30, 0, 10, 50, 30, 50. Yeah, he was the only one that looked like, even with the looking at these stat casts, Nolan Arenado got a decent fly ball percent. But yeah, nah. Burleson is the best by far at 560. And that's what we want too. What do you know? A lefty. We want a lefty. Another one with the roof closed with it, but man, 93 with 13-mile-an-hour winds going out. But Rangers is the best, one of the best parks, especially and it is the best with the roof closed. So keep that in mind. Skubal, 9 homers, all nine homers is the right-hand batters. And Jacob Latz, 4 homers, 2 to lefties, 2 to righties. So a lot of sinkers to lefties, noted. 11% barrel. Excuse me, a lot of ground balls. And again, if I do see a lefty I like, I more so will probably pivot to the total bases, seeing that he ain't gave up no homers to them. 91-20 last 10. Do anything stand up? 30% fly, 20-40. Marcus Semien in another spot like yesterday at plus 700, and he's a righty. 20% barrel last 10. Garcia, 95-20. 40% 10-60. Garcia's in a good spot. Let's see versus lefties. And lefties, they don't like lefties. But at 625 in a home run friendly park. 93-20 for Langford. 30-50. These are right. Hold on, Josh Smith. You a lefty. Lefties, he do throw a dominant pitch. Okay. All right, Langford. He do got the barrel, 560. We already seen Seager. And again, Seager, I like Seager, but he throw a lot of sinkers to them. A lot of that stuff drop. And if anything, I would pivot to total bases. We talked about Tellers yesterday, and he went yard. Switch hitter, so you're gonna bat left, or no? Oh no, you're gonna bat right. I'm sure. He got power. What's the problem? Oh, a lot of ground balls. Yep. So I would say Garcia was the best one I seen. Looking at this, looking at his how much brighter green, and then Marcus Semien will be the second one. 2 righties that's got power. They got fly ball percentages, and look, Marcus Semien has a homer against him. Garcia? No, 414 with a 429 slug. So Marcus Semien on 10 at bats, he got a 600 slug with a 300 ISO at plus 700. He might be the play, and he owed on from yesterday, and I would not be surprised if we hit him on a yesterday. Okay, now first lefties. This shit look crazy. Look at these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at bats just in a row. That's crazy. Four seam heavy, everything went up. 80% fly ball, 20-50. And he a righty. Yeah, Spencer Torkelson might go yard today. He damn showed good money. This crazy. Last 5, probably even stupider, yeah. 100% fly ball. Man, yeah. He in another good spot. He another one from yesterday. We liked him and Riley. Riley ended up going four seam slider, four seam heavy. And you not batting well against lefties. Okay. So Spencer, everything is four seam heavy. 94-10, last 10 at bats. 60-50. Okay. 80-60. Damn. At 740. We got us a long shot. Definitely got us a long shot. He four seam heavy to all y'all. 20%. Nope, no fly ball. Baez. 40%. 30%, 70, 40, 60. At plus 800, another long shot that's in a good spot and who has been seeing lefties well, Cole Keith. See what you got going on to the four seam. Damn. 33.67. Cole Keith at plus 740. Why are they odds so high? Wendell, he been seeing them 800 slug with a 500 ISO. This is the new highest one we seen. This higher than the last one we seen. 92.30 last 10. Last 5, he been falling off, so you can see that. That's probably why it's giving him. Let me see. And then the four seam, he sees the four seam even better from lefties. And his eyes is 650. This might be my favorite. No, Torkelson and him. But this shit is crazy right here with a 333 batting average. 55%, 56% fly ball, 22% home run to fly ball, 67 hard hit. For sure. $20.50, $20.40, $6.50. I seen $6.50s that was better. So okay, so Torkelson is in out of body. This is crazy. Torkelson, Perez is my favorites. Especially to the four seam. And I seen 2 that I really like. I do like Colt, but I see that he ain't really doing nothing against lefties. Torres and I'm looking at like I said, against these four seams, good fly ball percentages. Torres was probably the best one I like. And then Javier Baez, or however you said. But Torkelson is by far the favorite. Torkelson, if I had to put him in order, it's Torkelson, then Perez, then Gleyber Torres, and then Javier. Those the 4 that I like the most. But yeah, if you want to pick, like I said, you getting great value on Torque at 4-1 odds. 650 for Winseal. I don't know why I keep calling him Wendell. Perez, whatever you want to call it. 740 on Gleyber. And Javier is plus 800. So you got some decent value. We seeing a lot of, especially to these righties, more barrel, more fly balls. Now let more fly balls result in the homers with against what's the name and these righties. We got double-digit wins. Oh, it ain't gonna matter. The roof closed. Favoring, I'm about to say right-hand hitters. So there you have it. Now the last thing I want to do before I end stream, so I can get this up for you guys, is just scan through here because I know some of these lineups have been refreshed just to see if any names that we've seen I can see off the top of my head. Bo, that wisely crossed my path. Yandy, Jackson Holiday, Cowser. These are all names that we have identified. O'Neal. This lineup ain't confirmed yet. So you can see where their weak spots is at. Batting first and second, James Wood. Mackenzie Gore don't have no weaknesses. Oh, but the ninth batter, which I don't know who that is yet. It ain't confirmed. These are confirmed, but he has not a single weak spot. But I told y'all, always look through here and make sure you don't see like this, a 500 slug with a 151. That's a damn weak spot. And that so happened to be Schwarber. That's a weak spot. It only is not lit up because it didn't hit the 200 ISO threshold. But if you just use your eyes, this is a sweet spot. And that is Kyle Schwarber. Same over here. It don't have no sweet spots. But again, there's sweet spots. Like right here, a 486, 143 to the fifth batter, which is Joe Adele, who we already seen and we did identify. Marcus Stroman, the third, sixth, and eighth spot, which is Acuna, we identified. Azuna and Harris. Grant Holmes got a lot of weak spots. We had Dominguez, Judge, Stanton, and Paul, but we did identify Dominguez and Judge. Chris Bubik, no weak spots to the naked eye. You have to go through here and look. You can see like a batting first 471 slug, which is Xavier Edwards. Same with Jansen Junk. Nothing is showing, but you just come over here like a 429, 191. This is a sweet spot. It's 9 points under the threshold. Batting third, Pasquantino. Jeffrey Springs, the third, fifth, sixth, seventh, which is Jose, Nolan, Jonathan Rodriguez, and Will Wilson. Gavin Williams has the first, second, sixth, and seventh, which is Lawrence Butler, Jacob Wilson, Tyler Soderstrom, Gio Urshela. Abbott has the fifth and the eighth, which is McNeil and Tyrone Taylor. Peterson is the sixth spot, which is Tyler Stevenson. We did identify him as a second option behind Austin Hayes. Garrett Crochet is the fourth. Carson Kelly. We definitely identified Carson. Fourth, fifth, seventh, and eighth. Yoshida Story. We did identify Carlos and Marcelo Mayer. Joe Ryan, fifth spot is. Oh, that's not confirmed yet. These aren't confirmed yet. Second, third, eighth, ninth. And then Hunter Brown is sixth. Brian Wu is fifth. So, okay, and then we got one down here, which is Quintana is the fourth. Clayton is the second and third. And eighth. Miles McCallis, second and fourth. Is his weak spots. Miro Kelly is second and fifth. Scooble, don't have a clear one, but again, look through them. Jacob Latz, the sixth spot, is his weak spot. So those are your pitcher weak spots. So love y'all, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn notices on for these for weekends when I don't. But yeah, so make sure y'all get this out. Tag me. Hopefully it's up by the first game. I'm trying to get this done. But love y'all, man. We back at it in the morning.